In Chichester. Look at all this lovely stock around. So it's another toy shop tour. I've been stuck at home in the office for about 2 weeks now. I've only been able, or my touch points with Porsche sports cars have been limited. Just been browsing the marketplace to get my fix really. So it's lovely to come to a reputable specialist with amazing stock and basically just have a look around. I'm doing some other like long form media. There's the tripod. So more of that very soon, but I just wanted to do a toy shop tour because the place is full of them, and I want to share it with you guys and girls first of all. So, spin you around. Obviously, we've got these 718 GT4s. I think they were here last time. I mean, I can't believe they're still here, really. They're awesome cars. Great examples of the genre. The guys at Harbour saying that the market for them is a little bit slow at the moment. But for me, like manual as well, it's great spec. This thing, this is the star of the show for me. I've got to tell you about it. Okay, so you can see 997 Gen 2 Turbo. So many things to tick the box here. Low miles, and when I say low miles, I mean 7,750 miles. That is it for a car that's 12 years old now. Paint to sample, slate grey, which looks wicked. Just 2 owners from new, another big tick, big win. I'm going to show you inside in a minute, but also the spec on it is massive as well, absolutely massive. The first owner clearly spent big on this. It was from Porsche, spec'd at Porsche Mid Sussex. I think he had the car for about 4 years, then unfortunately passed away. It then went to the next owner, who had it until now when Harbour Cars have taken it on. So it's backed with a full year warranty, 12-month bumper to bumper warranty, but it's baby miles, it's full Porsche service history, it's big spec, and it's paint to sample, which is all the rage these days, isn't it? There's an example, one of the exuberant options, the centre locking wheels, which became standard feature on the Turbo S that came along a bit later on. So let's just show you that spec first of all, if you can see that. So there's the mileage, 7,750. I'm just going to show you, to be honest. Let's have a look in. I was going to sit in, but do you know what? I'm not, because it's low mileage and low owner, and I think that the right to sit in this car should be reserved for the next person that's going to buy it, because, yeah, there's not many owners on this car at all. But, I mean, look at the spec. Look at the spec. Look how much leather there is absolutely everywhere with the stitching on this, around like the PDK shifter, this transmission tunnel, that stuff's not usually there. You've got like the Sport Classic S aluminium shifter, optional PDK lever as well on there that's different. Sport design steering wheel with the paddles, and then obviously when you go into like launch control or sport and sport plus mode, they come up on either side there. Proper awesome spec. Look, sunroof, rear wiper. I've mentioned the centre locks as well. It's a proper car. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it looks awesome. I've said before on long form videos on this channel, I think the 997 Turbo ticks a lot of boxes for me because it's still got that presence. Like, look at that nice wide turbo body, but it's not massive on the road like a 992 Turbo S is. So like proportionally it's spot on, while still giving you that ultimate 911 Turbo look, which is big, beefy and meaty. And again, that's paint to sample, slate grey. So, I mean, yeah, proper toy the guys have got here at Harbour Cars. There's certainly nothing like that on the market currently. I'll touch on this quickly. This is loads of car for 50 grand, isn't it? 718 GTS. I've done a video for these guys recently with a Cayman T. This is sort of at the other end of the scale, I guess. I really like the Guards red paint and then the black accents with like the script down the side, the wheels as well. But then actually that's a nice touch with the handle in gloss black and the air intake as well. It's a cool car. Oh, and the wing as well on the back, active wing in black. So yeah, it just kind of breaks it up quite nicely. That as an all-round package, that's an awesome proposition. I want to show this though. So this is kind of fresh in stock and I love it. It's a 991.1, so it's last of the naturally aspirated. It's a smidge over 50 grand. Again, huge amounts of Porsche for the money, but why this one's special, have a look inside. It's of the rare variety because it's the 7-speed manual. So there's a lot of 991s came with PDK, 7-speed PDK at the time. Very few of them were spec manual. It's the first time the manual went to 7-speed, up from 6 on the 997.2. And I mean, I remember when these cars were new, I remember driving them. The rear-wheel drive car, and this is rear-wheel drive and being C2S, they were like a bit more slick through the gate. For whatever reason, the all-wheel drive cars, like the C4s and C4Ss that were manual, they just had a bit more of a notch to them. Not sure why, mechanically or scientifically, but it was definitely there. I, myself and other journalists noticed it at the time. So this was a bit more kind of fluid, and again, like under the march of time, I mean, we've got 37.5 miles on the clock on this one. It just loosens up, doesn't it? So whilst I've not driven this car, I would expect that shift to be absolutely delightful, to be honest. So again, yeah, that's a rare car, that. It's a rare car. So they're not ceramics, but the calipers have been painted yellow, which kind of ties in. Quite like the lip on the black rim as well there is quite smart. So, oh yeah, look, yellow belts as well. So yeah, look, that's really cool. And again, like, I mean, when I first started at Total 911 magazine, for example, we were testing these cars brand new. I pined after them, and when I'm able to purchase one of these, the fact that these cars are now at around the 50,000 mark for a manual as well, it's a lot of car for the money, and quite possibly an itch I'd love to scratch one day. So yeah, it's a quick kind of workshop or toy shop tour, really. I don't know if the internet is going to be able to stretch outside. Let's have a go. I'm sure you'll tell me if it doesn't work. Okay, oh, look at that. I think that's Polar Silver, isn't it? 981 GTS. I've said previously, best sounding modern Porsche for me outside of a GT car. They are absolutely awesome. 718 Cayman T. I cannot believe this car is still here. You'll know I did a long form video on it. I called it Porsche's best kept sports car secret. I still believe that to be the case. It's absolutely awesome, that. Again, like low numbers, high engagement. For a fun daily that's engaging, I think that's pretty up there. 992. I've shown you that before as well. It's got a lot of options on it. But again, you know, there's a theme here in terms of value for money. Look, less than 50k will get you a 997 Gen 2 C2S. Again, proportionally, look at that. I actually think, obviously, there's a lot of talk on 996s, and I've been perhaps responsible on that the last few years, but I just think 997s are looking better and better, and looking like a better and better proposition as well, actually, because it's kind of peak 911 styling for me. Still looks kind of classic, but proportionally is spot on. It's not too big. It still has sports car vibe rather than just kind of all-round GT. And again, the styling, I think, is really resolved. And I like the Gen 1s, don't get me wrong, but I just prefer the Gen 2, to be honest. Far less Gen 2s, of course, because when they came out, the world was having some economic problems, wasn't it? So whilst I don't know the numbers, a 997.2 is a lot rarer than a .1. And then look, again, we're still kind of in and around the 50 grand mark. Hell of a lot of Porsche for the money. We've got a 991.1 cab, which, I mean, in this sort of weather, that's the one to have, right? So yeah, toys, 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 toys. Obviously that one's not for sale. So yeah, that's it. That's the toy shop tour here at Harbour Cars, April 2024. Come down and have a look. The coffee's good. The people are awesome. The cars are great. Again, the cars are all backed by a 12-month or 1-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, which means you can drive off and just go and have fun and not worry that you've inherited a headache. And that's about it. So lots to like, lots to love. This is the star of the show for me, again, to finish with that. Low mileage, paint to sample, big spec. I'll leave you with that. I'll see you soon from the showroom at Harbour Cars.